The NFL season is complete. Super Bowl 52 has been played, and the Philadelphia Eagles have won the Super Bowl. Now, joining me to discuss this unbelievable season for the Philadelphia Eagles is Eagles fan Deezy Ceezy. Deezy, how are you doing tonight?
Oh, you already know. Eagles, first Super Bowl victory ever. I'm fantastic.
That's the spirit, Deezy. Now, you told everybody, like from preseason on, that the Eagles would hoist the Lombardi Trophy on February 4th. You told everybody that. We can even go back and look at those tweets. I remember just a couple years ago you were saying, the Eagles will win a Super Bowl before you find a nice girl that likes you. Is that still true?
Yeah, well, hey man, I still haven't found a girl that likes me. I mean, I kind of have, but not in the way I want to. But the Eagles just won the Super Bowl. Hey, they did it with a lot of doubters and a backup quarterback. So I have no doubt with a healthy Carson Wentz, special teams ace, offensive ace, Darren Sproles, Chris Marios, Jordan Hicks, all the injuries. I have no doubt the Eagles can do it again.
And they will probably do it a couple of more times because right now, just imagine how good they would have done with Carson Wentz in the playoffs.
Oh, no doubt. 3 touchdown performance, no turnovers by Nick Foles against the number 1 defense in Minnesota. Then he comes out here against the Patriots, upsets the GOAT. Only 1 turnover. I mean, that 1 turnover can be really costly, but obviously the Eagles team proved good enough to act like 1 turnover wasn't nothing at all, man. They just went on the balls.
So, some notable injuries the Eagles had this season: Jason Peters, Darren Sproles, Jordan Hicks, Chris Marios. Ronald Darby missed some time early in the season. And of course, Carson Wentz.
Yep.
So all those injuries, and they still made the run to the Lombardi Trophy.
All those injuries, next man up mentality. Even the rookie, Sidney Jones, he wasn't supposed to make any playtime really, He was supposed to be a first rounder. We scooped him a second. He still came back for 1 game, but hey, he was supposed to make big contributions. We didn't even need him. He still came in, balled out when he needed to. The rest of the team took it up. He didn't need to play. No Sidney Jones, no Carson Wentz, no Jason Peters, no Chris Marios, no Jordan Hicks, no Darren Sproles, etc. The Birds, what did they do? Super Bowl champ.
Now, I remember you around the draft time. You got really angry when the Eagles drafted Derek Barnett in the first round and not someone like Joe Mixon. I remember you got really angry when Joe Mixon wasn't drafted by the Eagles. Do you still feel the same way now?
I mean, yeah, I would still like some really good offensive playmakers on the Eagles, like Joe Mixon. He's a really young, rising running back. But I mean, Derek Barnett, in the he didn't really start, but in the plays that he did get to play, he provided a lot of good pressure. He's pretty good pick as a rookie. We didn't even need him to do anything at all, and he still performed well. And the Eagles pulled out a mid-season trade to get J.J. from the Dolphins. And
yeah, and I was getting ready to bring that up.
J.J. is still very young. He could be a good running back for the future, and he's already proven. So if you draft a running back, you're not sure exactly what you have. J.J. He was balling out on the Dolphins, who are a pretty trash team. He had like 2 or 3 games with 200 plus yards. That's 2 or 3 games, 200 plus yards. That's in the NFL. Even 1 game of 200 rushing yards in the NFL is crazy. To 200 guys yards is something up. And he did it about like 2 or 3 times. And that was with a Dolphins line. It's pretty trash. I mean, their line was coached by a dude who did a bunch of crack. And if you can have a dude do a bunch of crack and teach your line, you can definitely have an Eagles line coach who just led the number one voted offensive league in the NFL. Offensive line, Eagles voted number one, and they proved it. J.J. third, the third string running back, Corey Clement, undrafted from Wisconsin, just went out and balled against the Patriots in the Super Bowl. LeGarrette Blount, Baker Rhodes, that's a three-headed monster.
And I was getting ready to bring that up.
Overrated.
Because in free agency, the Eagles seem to nail everything. They signed Alshon Jeffrey, Torrey Smith in free agency. Just some of those notable free agent signings.
They did do that, yeah. And usually, especially for the Eagles, free agency moves don't pay off like that. But Howie Roseman, he hit the nail on the head with pretty much every.
And let's also not forget they also added LeGarrette Blount through free agency. So the Eagles really picked it up this season through free agency.
Oh yeah, they all the free agents performed well. I mean, LeGarrette Blount, he didn't have a crazy season for running back, but I mean, through the regular season, he led the Eagles in rush yards. He only had 2 touchdowns. Usually he's more of a touchdown machine, but led the team in rush yards. He provided some short yardage, big gains. With that power formation. Obviously tonight he had a few big runs where he just powered through doing the defense, powering through, and then he got the J.J. He's a little faster, so you got a power guy, LeGarrette Blount pounding through him. They make a mid-season trade, you get LeGarrette Blount, J.J. He's got speed. They got that speed, that power, switch it up a little bit, turn them up, and they got the undrafted rookie Corey Clement. He's even faster than both of them, a little bit of receiving yards, a little bit of carries, switch it up, you got 3-headed monster, that kind of tires teams out, They're trying to prefer for one guy who does one thing, LeGarrette Blount, pounds the rock. He's kind of a slow guy who does big, monstrous pushes for gains. And then you got J.J. He's a little bit shake and bake. Corey Clement coming out of nowhere, so it's hard for them to defend.
And at what point in the season did you know the Eagles are going to win the whole thing?
Hey, the Eagles kept winning and winning and winning. And yeah, Carson Wentz was down. I kind of thought a little bit, wow, we'll get Carson Wentz our MVP candidate. He might be done. But football is one of the biggest team sports there is. It's 53 players. MLB's what? 20, 30 something. NBA's 20, 30 something. And NFL's fucking 53 players. You gotta play with the whole team. I mean, the first defense, they balled out. Carson Wentz, blah, blah, blah. Guess what? Nick Foles still came out there throwing it out. Throwing to fucking wide receivers, tight ends are open, scoring touchdowns. That offensive line went back to the year. They kept producing, kept running the rock efficiently. That's a sufficient win right there. Plus, you got Eagles defense, not a lot of sacks, turnovers, nothing. Providing a lot of pressure on the GOAT Tom Brady. They can make the wrong plays, too short of a pass, too short of sticks, or incomplete pass. Most of their plays, their pass plays, got clamped down. Jalen Mills, 7th round pick, was supposed to get drafted in the 2nd round until he had some issues, but 7th round pick, too slow. What do? He was clamping people down. Jalen Mills, not good enough to be a corner, according to everyone else. But he clamped down in the Super Bowl, the biggest stage of all. Birds, defense showing up, offense showing up, special teams showing up. Their kicker, he missed an extra point. It sucks. But guess what? The Patriots got a GOAT kicker, right? He's one of the GOATs. Missed an extra point, missed a field goal. So I don't want to hear it.
And when Carson Wentz went down with a torn ACL injury, did you think? Be honest here. Did you think the Eagles' season was over?
When Carson Wentz went down, I was a little upset, a little shook, a little taken aback for a little bit, maybe a couple hours, but I watched some videos. I talked over with a few Eagles fans, what was going on. We kind of decided, Carson Wentz, he's our MVP. He's our starting quarterback. He's our franchise quarterback. But with the way this entire team has been playing all year, even with Carson Wentz, if he didn't get hurt or whatever, what happened? We lost Darren Sproles, one of the greatest special teams returners of all time. He's small. He's a short little dude. Little old Darren Sproles lost him. Lost not only one of the best rated left tackles in the entire league, but he's a Hall of Famer. Lost Jordan Hicks, who's, he's literally one of the top linebackers on the right. Especially in the Cowboys, he tears them up. Just pick after pick. Tearing them up. Chris Mariota, special teams ace gunner. Falling on him. We lost all those dudes. We just kept, what we kept doing? Kept prevailing. So when Carson went down, I was, a little skeptical. Like, hey, we just lost a legit MVP candidate. This dude is going for MVP. We're going to win without a fucking MVP? There's no way. But hey, Nick Foles, 27-2. He's proved before he can play in the big leagues. And what did he do? He went out here, he struggled a little bit, gets the Giants, gets the Raiders. People saying, hey man, he's not fucking ready. The Birds, they're nothing. They're nothing in the playoffs. They got number one seed. They got home field advantage. That doesn't mean shit. What do they do? Home field advantage? Beat the Falcons. I would say a very underrated Falcons team. They should get more respect.
The defense is good, but the offense is just stupid at times.
Yeah, but it's a very underrated team, very underrated Falcons team. It's a very underrated game. It was a close game. And the Birds prevailed. In Philly, people said that Philly wasn't an advantage. And then what they do the next week? Had another game in Philly. Let's see if that home field advantage really means something. 38-7, the Eagles win over the number one defense in the entire league. Nick Foles, backup quarterback, carving them up, no turnovers, 3 touchdowns. That's our backup. Okay, so they get the Super Bowl. There was no doubt in my mind the Eagles can win. And what did Nick Foles do? He threw a pick. Wasn't really his fault, little him, little Alshon, but, one pick, Eagles still win. Delivered Tom Brady's biggest, point-wise loss in Super Bowl history ever.
And what do you think was the turning point of the Eagles this season? What do you think the turning point of the year was?
This whole entire season was pretty, fortunately for me, it was a pretty good season, I watched all the games. They won, pretty strong. They lost like 2 games. They lost the Cowboys, but no, it was 6-0 with our third string versus their starter. So that's pretty embarrassing for them. We lost the Seahawks in Seattle. It's very tough. I think the refs kind of took a slot out of that game, but it's a very tough game. And then I was personally at the Chiefs game in Kansas City, and I'm a Chiefs fan. I'm pretty crazy saying, "Oh, yeah, Chiefs here," some Chiefs were saying, hey, that's a preview to Super Bowl, Eagles, Chiefs, Super Bowl. I don't really believe it, but I told Chiefs fans, hey, watch out for the Eagles. They're running back. And hey, the Eagles are back. And they won the Bowl. So, my opinion on the Eagles is they just kept persevering, It doesn't matter who they're going to win. They believe they can win. And win, they did.
And the Eagles were, despite being the number 1 seed, they were underdogs against the Falcons, they were underdogs against the Vikings, and they were underdogs tonight. And they embraced that underdog role really well.
Hey guys. Hold on, Ron. I gotta talk to these guys out here real quick in the hallway. I gotta let you know what's up with the birds.
All right. So let's talk about the game-winning touchdown real quick. Zach Ertz in the end zone. What was going through your mind knowing that the Eagles are 221 away from completing the Super Bowl run? What was going through your mind?
What was going through my mind when Zach Ertz got a touchdown pass? That little last minute.
What was going through that mind of Deezy?
Well, I was hoping that, they would target either Zach Ertz or Alshon Jeffrey because, both of them had 8+ receiving touchdowns this season. And yards aside, that's a lot of touchdowns for the NFL. And, that's two players who had 8+ touchdowns, Nielsen Aguilar, bounce back season, had the same thing, And people say, oh, the Eagles, but they don't have a number 1 receiver. Well, I mean, they had 3 receivers who had at least 8+ touchdowns. They spread the ball around. They spread the ball to 3, 4, 5 key players, okay? So if they fed the rock to Alshon or Zach Ertz, they'd have 1,000+ yards for sure. But they spread it around. They threw the ball to running back, Barry Clement, undrafted rookie from Wisconsin. He kept eating off of passes, Well, Garrett Blunt, J.J. pounding the rock for the run game. J.J. still having some receptions too, so she can make a little bit, They did what Nick Foles did well, RPOs. They played to his traits, what he could do well. No Chip Kelly, but Nick Foles, making short passes, things he could succeed in. But they got him better players, They don't have Deshaun Jackson or LaShawn McCoy, but Bullet, Ajayi, Alshon Jeffrey, Zach Ertz, they got more weapons than they did before. That led to Nick Foles kind of balled out. And Alshon Jeffrey really showed up some. He had some good hands, post-rising corners. Malcolm Butler, super overrated. Stephon Gilmore, very overrated signing free agency. Rollins already was better. So, fuck me. And fly, Eagles, fly.
Final question for you, Deezy. How did you feel? What went through your mind the second you saw that final Hail Mary pass hit the ground and there was 0 seconds left on that clock?
To be honest, I was probably already pretty much, naked and stripped down to my clothes by the time they threw that final pass. I was already pretty much super overhyped. Just kind of getting ready to go out the door while I was naked. Got the Eagles flag, start waving around the block, and then I heard my dad, several houses down, yelling, hey, you need to get inside, you're having a cops call.
But, hey, man, I don't care the cost you call me. This is the Eagles just won the Super Bowl. This is real life, man. The Eagles, the team that doesn't win Super Bowls ever, just won a fucking Super Bowl. And guess what? We're in Nebraska. You know what that means? We don't have any light poles, any flag poles covered in Crisco or hydraulic food, whatever, So when I wake up tomorrow, whatever time I wake up, I am climbing light poles. Let's fucking go, Bird.
All right. Well, thank you for joining me tonight, Deezy. Congratulations to your Eagles. I know so many people doubted them all season, including myself. Boy, do I feel stupid. They were 10th on my NFL playoff power rankings. So that just shows how much they proved me wrong this season.
Yeah, what the hell wrong, man? You doubted them.
Yes, and never will I doubt them again. So thank you for joining me tonight, Deezy. Like and subscribe to the channel. Share with your friends and family. I will see you next time. Have a wonderful night, everybody.